This is fun. Look at the nice hair.
I'm going skeleton. Ah, or maybe werewolf.
Why does all the Halloween makeup have to be so scary looking?
And not only does the face paint look scary, but it can also be scary when you think about the chemicals in it too. The Breast Cancer Fund did a study a while back, and they found something every parent needs to hear. Almost half of the 48 makeup palettes tested had at least one heavy metal in them. Talking arsenic, cadmium, chromium. And 9 of the palettes had lead.
There's no safe level of lead. Even the smallest amount of exposure can have neurological effects, especially in the youngest of our children.
The study found the darker the pigment, the higher the level of lead. Currently, the federal government does not require face paint makeup to be tested for contaminants. And in many cases, parents have no idea what they're putting on their kids' faces.
You're not going to see contaminants like lead listed on the label.
So the best way to stay safe is by using only natural makeups. They're a little more expensive and harder to find. So the other option is to avoid putting the darker colors near your eyes and lips. Those are the most sensitive parts of your face.